Welcome to CheapAssHack. This is how to replace a 97 to 2003 Ford F-150 side view mirror. In this example, I got a 2003 Ford F-150 Heritage Edition. I've actually already replaced it, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how to disassemble it. I'm going to take it all apart. Okay, in order to get to the assembly, I'm going to have to take the door panel off. On this particular model, and actually most all models that I know of, the disassembly for the door panel is the same. So we need to start by taking this piece off here. It's only two little clips. Start from the bottom. Get your finger up in there. There we go. Next, we need to go ahead and take this plastic piece off here. Kind of give it a little wiggle. Okay. Then this piece comes off. This lifts straight up, and then it'll expose all your wiring. Three pieces here, and like I said, this is the driver's side, so got all your connections here. And they're just little press pins. A lot of you are probably used to this kind of stuff already. That's it. You will notice that there's two Phillips screws. These obviously have to be removed. There's one here, and there's one behind this little door handle piece. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. You don't have to, but I believe it's a good idea to keep this door locked. And keep in mind, there's this little piece right here that some models actually have a light attached to it, so you want to make sure that you twist that off whenever you take this panel off. This panel just lifts straight up. We'll set that off to the side. As you can see, it's got your splash shield here. This is obviously where we're going to be working. So just take this little piece off. Light adhesive. And I've got 3 bolts there. That's 7/16. So I'm going to remove them real quick. Okay, I've loosened up the 3 bolts, or nuts if you will, and rather than get them all pulled out at once, I loosened them up, let go of the socket, and I'm going to do this manually. This is tricky because you don't want your bolts actually, or your nuts, to fall down into the recess here, and you'll have a heck of a time getting them out, trust me. So use a deep well socket, and then just kind of gently take them out. Support the mirror. Okay. And it will hold right there because there's a little post that it rests in. Okay, the next thing, you want to disconnect the power mirror. Go ahead and take this off a little bit. There's your connector. Pretty much straightforward here. Now this unit's ready to be pulled off. Pulling off the unit. Like I said before, this is the new unit, so it's pretty decent quality. It actually fits better than the original, believe it or not. Same way putting it back in. Feed the wire down in there. You've got enough room where you can actually grab it from the inside of the panel here, so don't sweat it, just kind of get it started. It's able to rest like that, so just kind of be careful with it, but it will stay there. Same deal as before. We're going to be looking for the wire here. Like I said, you are pretty much very easily able to grab the wire. Make sure your connections are all good and tight. Okay. Good to go there. Put the splash guard back up. Okay. Put the screws back in very, very gingerly. Like I said, highly recommend disconnect the socket or the drive, and then kind of put everything in. And here, you don't want to tighten anything up completely. So, funny story, I told you guys to be careful not to drop the nut down, down there, be careful not to do that. And guess what I did? I dropped the damn thing down in there. Luckily, I had a telescopic magnet. So, if you don't have one of these, then you're screwed. Line this bad boy up. Make sure not to make the same mistake twice. Like I said, don't worry about completely tightening everything up, because you want to line everything up best you can before you torque it down. Yep, looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and torque it down. And you don't need like excessive torque on these. Hand tight, and then crank it maybe another quarter turn. You don't want to risk breaking anything, which I don't think you're going to with this particular nut, but just be aware of that. Doesn't require a whole lot of tension. Okay, since everything's tightened back up, need to put the panel back on. Bottom goes in first. You'll see the little boots down at the bottom. There's 4 of them. Make sure you line this lock in here with the little slit here. Okay, it's back on. It's fastened. Make sure your patterns line up. Your screwdriver. Okay, get everything lined back up. Push down. Seems everything's secure. Everything's lined up. Pull your wiring through. Okay, it's completely the reverse of what you did, so I'm going to tighten up my screws here. Well, that way. Okay, pops back in. Things good and tight. Okay, I'm going to do a function test before I button everything back up. As you can see in here, it is functioning. It sounds good. Okay, this little clip back in. And that's it.